Welcome to Amazing Mind, the Hypnosis TV talk show that introduces you to all sorts of interesting people and topics related to subconscious behavior. My name is Lisa Machenberg, hypnotherapist, HMI instructor, and host. Today we have an amazing guest. We have Valentina Castellani. Now, Valentina is a documentary filmmaker. She is the president of Quinn Studios. And today she's going to talk to us about a little tiny topic called world peace. And she's going to talk to us about her brand new documentary film, One Rock, Three Religions. Please help me welcome my guest.
Well, first of all, Lisa, what a pleasure and what an honor to be here, invited to your wonderful program. Thank you so, so much.
I'm glad you're here.
Yes.
Can you tell us about your film?
Yes, this year my studio, Quinn Studios, produced a documentary called One Rock, Three Religions that has the topic of world peace. It starts from the Temple Mountain in Jerusalem and then embraces the whole world. The three main religions, Christians, Jewish, Muslim, and also expanding to the political situation in the Middle East, reflecting the entire world.
Now, to make this film, you interviewed some very interesting people, including the Pope, the Dalai Lama, the head of Israel, the head of Palestine. Did any of these people have anything in common?
Absolutely. One, the commitment to be the leader and to find better decisions, better choices for the future. The second one, to listen.
To listen, what do you mean? We hear, but do we really listen?
That is a good question, exactly. That is one thing that I did learn through this journey, interviewing so many people. To understand, to listen, it really means to embrace the other people, embrace the differences. And when you talk and you are exposed to these leaders, and we can see the first pictures perhaps with the Pope, the Dalai Lama, the President of Palestine, the President of Israel, UN ambassadors, these amazing human beings, they have one thing in common, which is the capacity to listen and embrace other realities.
So, in other words, Valentina, you're telling us that it's up to the leaders of the world and the religious leaders to make world peace. Is that what you're trying to tell me?
No.
No.
I would say that it is up to all of us. They are a fantastic example of what everybody of us, each and everybody in our small environment, in our big environment, at work, in our house, with our family. It is our responsibility to create world peace. Any world spiritual or political or humanitarian leaders act as a role model, but it's not enough. If we expect that a leader will fix the situation, will find a solution, as we see from history, we will commit the same mistakes. I think that this is a time where we really are committed, and we are called to be committed to create world peace in our life and somebody else's life.
The mere fact that we could make a documentary at this time, this is a unique time in history.
Yes.
Why is it now?
I think it's the first time where we really realize that all we tried has failed. Differences, extremistic positions, and so forth. We have, the perfect image of how much they failed. This is the time where we see the Pope last year in a fantastic meeting, Invocation for Peace, that we had the honor to assist and shoot. Our Pope is inviting the President of Israel and Palestine to pray together. These leaders feel the responsibilities to call upon political leaders and pray together, where politics cannot solve, perhaps through prayers, perhaps to different tools, different media. We can find a solution. We can find some points in common.
Take a look at everybody here today and those watching at home. What can every single person do in our life to be a part of this process?
Simple steps. You're Jewish, go and try to go to a mosque, read a prayer book that you never opened before. Go and talk to that person in your small environment that you considered up to now your enemy, or the person we fear, the person we feel distant, and find the places in common rather than the differences.
Well, you just said an amazing word. You said the word fear.
Yes.
I'm afraid to go and talk to XYZ, ABC, MOUSE. Talk to me about fear.
Fear, yes, I know much about fear. I lost my husband 4 years ago, and I had to start my life all over again. One thing that I found out through my personal experience and through shooting this documentary is that peace is a process, whether it's peace with ourselves or peace with the entire world. But fear, to stop being afraid, is a decision that can be made in an instant. And stop being afraid bends fate, changes our fate, and change the course of history as well. So fear is something that we can stop in 1 second and continue the process through peace.
Well, hey, I'm a hypnotherapist. I'm a hammer. Everything looks like a nail. So let's all try this together. With your next deep breath, inhale the word trust and exhale the word fear. And go talk to someone who you believe, mistakenly, you've got nothing in common with. Do we have more in common than we think?
Absolutely.
Prove it. What did you learn when you talked to the head of Palestine, the Pope, the Dalai Lama, and the head of Israel?
Compassion, understanding. We all laugh at the same way when we're touched to something in the heart, within the heart. We do all feel for humanitarian causes. So in the moment that we bring our humanity, our capacity to love and embrace differences, then the other person always responds.
Do we have more in common than we think?
Absolutely, a lot, yes. And if you watch my documentary, you will see so much more.
What was the most surprising thing that you found when you were interviewing all these amazing people?
Well, one moment that strikes my mind always is when I met the Dalai Lama, and we interviewed him in public among an audience of thousands of people. And I asked him questions about the Middle East and the situation in Jerusalem and Palestine. And he gave me a beautiful explanation and reflections about it. And at the end of his talk, he was actually such a leader. And with so much humility and wisdom, he said, and I don't know. And he was able to expose himself in saying this as a leader. I do not have the solution. The solution is all of us together. And I thought it was, what a power, what greatness for such a leader, considered a world guidance, to admit it. I don't know. I don't have the solution. We can only find it together.
I think a great step in wisdom is knowing that you don't know. I think a great step in wisdom is not even knowing what it is you don't know, but admitting you don't know it.
Yes.
And I find that chilling in a good way. When he said that, that is being very, very humble.
Yes.
Can we take a lesson from that?
Absolutely. Every moment. You don't know how many times after that moment I was able and accepting and saying it out loud, I don't know. How many times in life we say we don't know a person, we do know a person because we want to look good, or we know a situation, or we know a system, and we don't really know it. And I find myself much more at ease now and so much more natural. I don't know so many things, and I just say it, and I have fun with it.
Like the Dalai Lama.
Absolutely.
I want to return to Jerusalem for a moment. You know, Jerusalem is, and you said it so well, is a microcosm or a blueprint for the whole world.
Yes.
Tell me what people are thinking of doing in Jerusalem and how it will spread.
You know, shooting in there and being with the people and being with groups of different ethnicities, religions, and age, I realize how many things these people in different groups don't know about each other.
But they live within inches of each other.
They live in the same space, not even inches, in the same exact space. and yet they don't know their prayer places. They never enter to one another prayer synagogues or temples or churches or mosques. They don't know about their history. They don't know how many things they have in common. They don't know about their sacred holidays. Not much. And yet you put them sitting all together in a safe environment, in an embracing environment, and they laugh and they find so many points in common. So this is what we should do more in Jerusalem, but all over the world.
So if we can do it in Jerusalem, we can do it in the Middle East. If we can do it in the Middle East, can we do it all over the world?
Yes, we can.
If there was one thing that everybody could do to create world peace, what would it be?
Of course, in their private life, as I said, talk to one another, talk to your enemy, talk to the person that you fear or feel the most distant from, and then watch my documentary.
We have to watch your documentary to create world peace. I hope everybody heard that.
Feel inspired.
So,
yes.
Tell me, where's your documentary right now?
My documentary just got presented through the partnership with United Nations and UNESCO in Florence, Italy. Among the guests, the ambassadors of Israel, Palestine, Jordan, and the Vatican. And now is submitted to all international festivals. Then it's going to go in all the movie theaters in this country and all over the world. And of course, after on television through Netflix, at all the channels.
I want everybody to get someone that you used to be afraid of. Call those two people and meet them at the theater in general release to see One Rock, Three Religions. Or if you're not there yet or your clients aren't there yet, in the privacy of your own home, be sure through Netflix to get One Rock, Three Religions. If there's one thing you want everybody to take away from your talk today, what is it, Valentina?
To listen to each other, to listen to yourself, and know that to stop being afraid is a decision can be made in an instant.
In an instant. Everybody's going to want to know more about your project, what's coming up for you, and maybe even communicate with you or write to you about your vision. How can people get hold of you?
You can reach me through my studio, Queen Studios, at www.queenstudios.tv. Also, you can follow our documentary through www.onerock3religions.com.
Well, we need to take a short break. But I want to thank my guest, Valentina, for being here with us today and talking about a vision for peace in Jerusalem, the Middle East, and what you can do to be a part of the process. I want to thank everybody here who's sitting in the studio audience and those of you watching at home. But I want everybody to stay tuned, because when we come back, we're going to meet our second guest, and we're going to learn how to make a lot of money doing what we love and learn all of the secrets of living an authentic life. Stay tuned. We have a lot more coming up for you on Amazing Mind.
Thank you, Lisa. Thank you.